Hello and welcome to ICG Podcast episode 15. I'm Abdul and with me is Yesvanth.
Hey all, how's it going? Then we have obviously changed our podcast time, and I think we actually posted a tweet with poll and in our Discord server as well. So based on our response from the two platforms that we are on, Twitter and Discord, the most votes came out to be favoring for Saturday night 10 p.m. So we thought, okay, at least there are few people more than what we got for Sunday 4 p.m. So we decided that, all right, let's give this a shot, and we'll see how this is going, and we'll keep this consistent going forward.
Yeah, even till I think maybe 30 minutes ago, I was still checking Twitter and I sort of saw the polls and it was very close on Twitter, like 45%.
Exactly. Yeah.
45% voted for 10 p.m., 55 for Sunday 4 p.m.
Yep.
Meanwhile, on Discord, it was not all close. I mean, like majority voted in favor of Saturday, but it didn't specify night. So I did another poll and did Saturday night, asked them the time, 10 p.m. or 10:30. Majority chose 10. So
Then.
yeah, overwhelmingly, not overwhelmingly, I'll say, by a few, two to three people, the vote came out to be at Saturday night. So here we
Yeah.
are. Kindly excuse me if my voice sounds kind of funny because my nose is blocked. It always happens at night, yeah. So excuse the sniffles if I have them. Yeah, I'll go on mute when I do that. Anyways, moving on. First and foremost, I have to say that it's a very interesting time, Saturday night at 10 o'clock.
Yes.
Yeah, by now, most people would be going out or playing games or doing something, but we are even doing podcast. And for those of you who are not doing anything, you can join us, grab some popcorn, some beverage, or watch us while you're having dinner. It might be fun. Yeah.
No, my dinner is far done beyond this. So yeah.
You are an early eater. I can't do anything about it. Some people eat at 10. My friends,
All
when
right.
we play till like 3:30 in the morning. They only end up eating dinner at around 2 in the morning. So I don't know.
Right.
That's them. So everyone is different. Anyways, moving on to the podcast. First and foremost, like we were mentioning in the previous podcast, we were surprised that Modern Warfare 3 is already announced. And now it seems that the Modern Warfare 3 code has confirmed that it is essentially a DLC for Modern Warfare 2. In fact, this year's beta codes will be reissued Modern Warfare 2 codes. So yeah, spending $70 for a DLC now.
I mean, it just shows how much effort they are putting into. It's it's very minimal, and it's very wrong to do this to the gamers who are expecting something new, something which they want to play. But if many of the people just played Modern Warfare 2 and they expected, I mean, they're expecting to play the same maps and then even have the same beta codes. I mean, I don't know how much effort goes into generating new beta codes. I'm not in that. I've never been involved in that, so I don't know. It's a code, right? So at the end of the day, you should be able to generate new one and distribute it, and I don't know, have access to those codes based on the new ones. You're reusing the same codes, and then I think what's happening behind the scenes is they are just reconfiguring these codes to point out to Modern Warfare 3 instead of 2. That's what they just did. Instead of generating new one and pointing to a new game, they use the same one pointing to a different game. So it's very weird uh, way that Modern Warfare 3 is going.
I think at this point, Activision must have been too focused on their merger and be like, we'll just do what we can. We're going to get
Yeah.
bought anyway. Might as well just pass the time. So yeah, we just reuse the same thing again. I mean, it's pretty much the same with FIFA, except now it's EA Sports FC, just for the sake of it. And yeah, Modern Warfare seems to be something that's happening year after year. So,
Yeah.
excuse me. Yeah, so pretty much no big change. But again, if they're saying it's $70 for a DLC, man, that's a bit too much.
That is correct. Yeah.
Anyways, Sony tells its investors that it is willing to take necessary measures in order to meet its strong 25 million PS5 sales target. These measures include steep discounts and sale on hardware and accessories to further expand the PS5's user base. So I guess they're really desperate to try and capture a lot of the PS4 market share. So yeah, I guess this is a sign that in the future we'll get more discounts with the PS5. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. But
I
regarding
think
ads,
this,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, it's basically they want everybody, I mean, every other PlayStation owner except PS5 owner, they want them to move to PS5. And that's their target, that's their goal. And if they want to do that fast, their only way is to provide with exciting discounts. And of course, PS4 exclusive games is one thing that just forces them to move to PS5. But if people are not forced enough, I mean, if they don't feel enough that the exclusives for PS5 are too big or not what they expected, this sales, the discount will uh, get them to think that okay, there are good PS5 exclusive games, and now I'm getting the PS5 itself for such a low cost. Maybe, and this is on top of, I mean, not including the bank offers that most of the retailers provide, like Amazon and Flipkart, right? So, including those bank offers, you're getting at least 1,000 less than what the actual sale is going on. It's minimum. You can get from 1,000 to 5,000 or something in some cases. We did see in last sale that somebody got it for 38,000, right? If I'm not wrong. Yeah. So these are very what to say tempting to buy to get the
Yeah,
new PS5.
yeah. I knew one member who was an Xbox user, and every now and then he was feeling that he really needs more AAA games to play.
Yeah.
And he always used to compare both PS and Xbox, and people just told him to buy a PS5. It's like it's too expensive. And finally, this deal came in, and he finally got it for 41,000, and he immediately bought it. So now he has both consoles. So yeah, this is definitely one measure to go. And
Yeah.
accessory wise, I think they should step up their game in India because for quite a few months we haven't seen the DualSense charging dock. Many DualSense
I
controls are
think
out of stock.
not even for quite a few months. The DualSense charging stock was just there for the initial 2 to 3 months. That's it. After that, we didn't even see the official one at all. Not even once. So I think I don't know. They even just stopped bringing
Stock.
the official charging. Yeah, it's I don't know what. I think we get everything from uh, the the PlayStation India is basically controlled by the Dubai, right? PlayStation Dubai.
Now, Axel is
Uh,
Europe, entirely Europe, but yeah, somewhere near that region. That's the closest one to us, anyways.
right. So I don't know what's going on. But it's been very long. Yeah.
Yeah, also no face plates as well. Those are damn rare. Yeah,
Those are damn
yeah.
rare. Yeah.
And
Uh,
adding
we
salt
do
to
have a
do.
comment.
Yeah.
Rage Gamer 15. Hey
Hey, Rage
guys.
Gamer, thank you for joining us so late in the night. Well, okay, it's not late in the night
Wait.
for me.
Mr.
Yeah,
VJax123. Hey, welcome. As you guys mentioned, prices of consoles and most games should have the prices ranges as PS4 era. This is going to normalize the increased games prices since PS5 launch. That is true. Yeah. 5,000 rupees per game is pretty normal now.
yeah, yeah.
It's if you see a game that's priced at 4,000, you get a feel that it's not AAA. That's how normalized 5,000 became. If it did not touch the 5,000 point, maybe it's not a AAA game. That's what most people are thinking these days. Your quality or your scale is judged by the price of the game right now. I think that's very wrong that we have got into that situation. We ourselves was like, okay, there's a there's a very good game. I don't know what Baldur's Gate 3 is going to be released in India for what price, but let's say I don't think they'll price this 5,000. If I'm almost certain that it's not gonna be 5,000 rupees for Baldur's 3 Gate 3, sorry. And you might think that it's not AAA, right? They never mentioned that it's a AAA game, right? That's what, yeah.
It's a double A
And
game.
it's a AA game, and it still is breaking records left and right, and it's everywhere you see. Developers are worried that it might set bad example for the other publishers, developers, and studios. So it is normalized in a way that for 5,000 rupees per game, but at the same time, we need to have some sort of regional pricing. I'll always say that.
Yeah,
But I don't think Sony has monopoly in India, man. PlayStation has monopoly. Whatever price they put out, it's gonna be out of stock. As you can see, the collector's edition for Spider-Man and Jotnar edition or collector edition for Ragnarok as well. Whatever the price, it was still out of stock. We get less quantity, and they set their own price, and that's what happens when you have monopoly. And it's the opposite for Xbox. They don't have anything, so they don't bother to listen to the Xbox community. Um, as you know, recently they increased the Xbox Series S 1 TB price to what is that, 42,000?
I think
It's
I think it is 40. It was at 38 before, I guess.
now it's 40,000, right? So it's they increased 2,000 rupees because Reddington is the distributor in India, and they just decided that, hey, you know what, I'm gonna increase Series S 1 TB to uh, two more 2,000 more rupees. So
Yeah, but then
yeah,
again,
that's what it is.
as well, for me the argument is completely different because sometimes because people say that if they're charging 5,000 and they think it's a AAA game, then many of the games which are AAA and people don't like them, they'll really start blasting it because I paid 5,000 for this AAA game and it doesn't play like a AAA game. So yeah, it can backfire. And as far as I'm concerned, those who know games will know which are AAA, which are good, which are bad. And anyways, they'll be doing their research before checking. As far as I'm concerned, 2 months back I bought a AAA game for 2,500 rupees, and it was a PS4 game. And I still think it's a AAA game because I know it is a AAA game. And so yeah, I mean, price doesn't necessarily dictate that for me, but it's more of a normalization thing, as Ashwin said, because now it's normal in US to make a game $70, and now in India it's normal for a PS5 game to become 5,000 rupees. Same is for a new PS4 game, 4,000 rupees.
Yeah,
Yeah, I miss 2013 when game prices were as low as 2,500, 3,000 and stuff. But that is long gone because, of course, people like to take advantage of places where the prices are low. Because I've read that back then PC games sold for a maximum of maybe 1,500 rupees back in 2013, I guess. But what happened is people would, well, it was not the fault of official distributors, but many other secondary retailers. They would buy games in bulk and then export them to other countries in a higher margin to get money for out of that. So that's why slowly regional pricing in India is becoming worse and worse. So yeah.
yeah.
But anyways, it's what it is. I mean, as long as they don't increase the price again for the next generation, I'm happy about it. Yeah,
Yeah, let's
because
just hope that at least next generation, the price is going to be
yeah,
5,000 rupees for the AAA game.
and hope maybe push down PS5 games to 4,500, maybe 4,000.
Exactly. Yeah.
That'll be good. That'll be good. That'll be very good actually.
Yeah.
But regarding Baldur's Gate, I also want to add that it's still only available digitally, and that
Yeah.
too it's available for 6,660 rupees. They missed the magical number by 6 rupees, but okay. Yeah, so don't expect physical to be anywhere near 5,000. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Oh
Anyways,
man, that's very bad. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
by the
don't
way,
know
yeah,
what's it gonna be. Yeah.
yeah, by the way, belated hello P-Jacks. Sometimes certain game comes with an upfront 10% discount during pre-orders. I mean, yeah, pre-orders, they come with discounts, but how many people are going to pre-order is the first question. How many people are willing to put in that much money before they even know how the game is going to play? And with the current condition of games, it's like they only fix it after releasing. Some people don't even bother fixing it after releasing. So now more and more people are more hesitant to pre-order. So I mean,
I think pre-order is basically for the game that it's well known. If you have a certain established IP, then people are willing to pre-order for a well-known IP, or if doesn't matter if it's going to be hit or not. If you love that franchise and if you're looking forward to the next game, of course you are going to pre-order. It's always going to be like that, and you can. Returnal is the best example. It's a new IP, and the pre-order sales was not astounding or anything. Even though they had multiple, what do you say, state of play events or something. It was they didn't hit that high numbers for pre-orders. But as you know, after the game was released, it was received very well actually. Everybody was talking how great the game is, and now there are people who love Returnal. Now it has its own fan base. Now let's say there is going to be a Returnal 2. Now people will pre-order the game because they know that first game is awesome, and they trust the developer, they trust the publisher, they trust the studio behind that. And yeah, you'll see more and more for Returnal 2. That's what I'm telling. An IP is safe bet for pre-orders, but for a new IP, you won't see much pre-orders.
yeah, I just want to add a few points to that. Returnal, though it might have been popular, it was the most dropped game in 2021. People played it and dropped it quite a lot because it was hard.
It was hard.
And, and in fact, the devs even had to implement a patch where it allowed you to suspend your cycle if you put your PS5 on rest mode. So yeah, people were very fed up about that. And another thing was within a year after launch, Returnal came into not a year, maybe 1.5 years after launch. Returnal came to PS Plus Extra. So yeah,
Yeah,
but yeah, coming back to the point of a established IP, let's take the example of Star Wars Jedi Survivor. People loved Fallen Order. Everyone was
yeah.
excited for Jedi Survivor. I knew many people who pre-ordered it. But after the performance issues, they were very, very, upset and very disappointed and very frustrated when they pre-ordered. So yeah, I mean, it's never always going to be a pure hit with any game. So yeah, it's always like it's. I mean, with the current state of gaming, it's always better to just wait it out, see how it goes, and then buy a game.
Yeah, we do have a comment from Pankaj. Hey Pankaj, thank you for joining. Are you
Hello,
excited
Pankaj.
for Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty? Abdul?
Oh, I have to also answer first. Okay. Uh, to be very honest, I haven't played the original Cyberpunk, and when I do think about it, many people keep telling me that Phantom Liberty will change the overall mechanic
Yeah,
and gameplay. So if you actually plan on playing it, wait till Phantom Liberty is out, then you start the game. Because many people who actually played the game, they completed the game and want to do a complete new game once Phantom Liberty is out.
yeah.
So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll wait till Phantom Liberty is out, see how it goes, and then perhaps I'll give it a shot.
I
Uh,
heard actually many people who played Cyberpunk 2077 right now recently, they told that the game is very good. They fixed all the issues. I don't know if I mean almost all the issues. It runs smoothly. It's the story is good. The gameplay, the mechanics are good. That's what most people actually recently told me, and I will give the CD Projekt Red the kudos that it deserves. They put in the effort because they do know that they have a very good IP here. With the Cyberpunk anime being such a success, it
Yeah,
brought in the old players to re-experience the world, and by the time they got in, most of the majority or most of the bugs were resolved. So
yeah.
that actually raised the expectations for Phantom Liberty. The anime, Cyberpunk anime, and the fixed Cyberpunk 2077 actually increased the expectations for Phantom Liberty.
Congratulations on your platinum, Pankaj. Well done. Uh,
That's awesome. Yeah.
Good to know that you enjoyed it so much that you went to get a platinum. So yeah,
Oh
that's
man.
great.
Did you platinum the game when it was released, or did you platinum it recently? Because if it was, if you platinumed it when it was launched, I mean the effort it must have taken you to be patient with the bugs and all that. It's really good that you have platinum such a huge game. But yes, we have
Oh,
one more question for Ojasvi Bhargava. Hey man, hey
hey,
Bhargava, thank you
hello.
for joining. Is it worth waiting for a PS5 Pro now that rumors are floating around about it? There are rumors that 2024 is what holiday 2024 is what we might see a PS5 Pro. There is, I mean, certainly there's going to be a new PS5 version which is with a detachable disk drive, but it should be released at least this year. September is what many people keep telling that if there is going to be a second showcase for PlayStation Showcase, most speculate that the PS5 Slim or the PS5 detachable disk drive will be announced in that showcase. So you can expect a newer version of PS5 this year, but Pro, I don't have. I mean, it's just rumor as of now, but most people say that 2024 holiday season is what we might see.
Well, I only have one question to ask. Is that will you? Well, actually, two questions. First question: are you willing to wait one more year when so many good games are already out and even more greater games are going to come out later this year? Second question is: are you willing to pay around 75,000 for a new console? Because the PS5 is expensive as it is, and even after 2 years only, it's getting this much of a big discount. And even then, it only went down by what, maybe 10, 11k, 11k with bank offers and all that
Yeah.
stuff thrown in. Officially, it was only down by 5k, which is after they increased the MRP by 5k, they reduced it by 5k. So basically, they're just selling it for what they got back and launched it at 2021. So say the
Yeah.
PS5 Pro comes out and they launch it near 60 to 70,000 range. Who knows if you can't get it within that time? Later on the line, they might increase it by 5k, and then a few years later, they'll decrease it by 5k and say, "Hey, look, it's cheaper now. You can buy it."
It's cheaper now.
So in the end, it's finally it comes down to the question that if are you willing to wait and miss out on all of these games, and you'll be happy to play them on the PS5 later on,
Yeah.
or are you do you have enough money to spend on a more expensive model of the PS5, which, as far as I know, is not going to bring much to the table unless developers themselves put some effort into it. So if you answer those questions, then you have your answer whether to buy a PS5 Pro or not.
Yep. Yep.
And Pankaj says he got the platinum recently. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And
That makes
yeah,
sense, Pankaj.
and he asks if we are going to play Starfield. Yashwant is not going to play. I'm going to play. Yeah,
I don't have the Xbox, unfortunately, but
yeah,
uh, Abdul will be playing it, I suppose.
yeah. I would have shipped my Xbox to Yashwant if he wasn't so busy. But he's busy. He has no time to spare. So I guess I'll keep him my Xbox and I'm going to play Starfield. Yeah. Anyways,
Did you pre-order it?
no, I don't have money. Like I
So,
said,
Pankaj, your question should have been: are you going to play Starfield day one?
or 5 days early if you bought the premium edition.
Premium edition, right?
But yeah, I spent too much money in the last month buying 6 games, I guess. so I don't have money for Starfield, and I'll wait for it to come on Game Pass. But I'm more into Forza Motorsport. So
When is it going to release on Game Pass?
which one? Starfield
Starfield. Yeah.
next month, first week, I guess. Next month, first week,
I
sometime.
mean, how far, like from the official launch date to release date to the Game Pass edition? Like, is there 7 days gap?
There's only 5 days. Early access is only for 5 days for those who pre-ordered the platinum. I mean, pre-ordered the premium edition.
Okay, so after 5 days, it's going to be part of
Game
Game Pass.
Pass, yeah. So
Got it.
same thing with Forza Motorsport, but it's going to be launching 1 month afterwards. So yeah, I guess I'll have
Yeah, I
to.
think you see what's happening, right? Their AAA games, they are getting treated as almost Sony's AAA game. Sony said that they are not going to release AAA games day one on their subscription service. So you're seeing the trend move. It's for Starfield, it's 5 days. For Forza, it's 1 month, and maybe you'll see down the line for every AAA exclusive Xbox game, you're going to see that gap increasing. I think that's what their end target is, to get the users accustomed to this gap between the release date and the Game Pass edition. So I don't think you will see day one on Game Pass for pretty in the future for all the games.
Perhaps in the distant future, but for now, I think that's one of their biggest points, I guess.
Biggest, yeah, day one on Game Pass. That's what they
Yeah,
showcase. Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, Pankaj also is hoping that Starfield will save Xbox. Yeah, let's hope that happens because at the end of the day, Starfield, many people might play it for the hype, but not many people are fans of RPG, so I don't know, it might not help them much. And VJack says that I hope Starfield doesn't get filled with bugs during launch, like Fallout 76. It's a Bethesda game, man. If it launches without bugs, it won't be Bethesda.
I don't know. You can't say 20 years of development. Of course, I know it's not entirely 20 years, but let's say if they have spent at least 5 years for core development of the game, like Baldur's Gate 3, uh, I'm hoping that there won't be any major bugs, but the scope is too big, right? It's huge. It's huge. There are going to be bugs, so I don't know how worse Fallout 76 was. I can't compare exactly, so for 1 to 1, but there will be bugs, and I hope they learn from their experience to launch a game more as polished as possible. So yeah, expect bugs, but not too many, I suppose.
As far as I'm concerned, there are two types of bugs. One is game breaking bugs. The other ones are LMAO bugs. You just laugh at them. They just make the
Laugh,
game more
laugh.
fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
like Skyrim had plenty of those bugs. Like I still remember one where the like when you get hit by a giant, your character automatically ends up flying into the sky, and they'll be like, your character has reached the sky rim. So yeah,
Skyrim. Oh my God, that is so funny.
yeah. So those sort of bugs, yeah,
That is so good.
those are the hilarious bugs which people like. But then if you like get one shot by a giant and your game crashes, then that's the bugs you don't want. But I think
Yeah,
there
we
will be
do have a
bugs.
comment
Yeah,
from Bhargava. Only by pre-ordering the premium edition or its upgrade, you can play it 5 days in advance. Ah, yes,
yeah, that's
that's
what I
what
said. Yeah, early
Abdul
access.
has pointed out. Yeah.
Game Pass is technically day
Uh,
one. Yeah, always it is. Yeah.
they want, yes. I think that it's it's technically given, of course. They just are naming it as a premium access, or what do you say? Um, uh, ac- I don't know what it's called. Basically, if
Early
you are playing the
access. Early access.
earlier access, right, earlier access, but it's just how they name it. They're just getting trying to make people understand that there will be a little bit gap, I suppose. But yeah, it's technically day one with
Yeah,
earlier access. I agree.
yeah. And Pankajas, recently games are released unfinished like Cyberpunk, Battlefield. Now both games are good. Hope is not the same with Starfield. Yeah, you keep hoping.
Yeah.
We'll also keep hoping. That's all we can ever do. Nothing else. Perhaps put a complaint on Twitter. Other than nothing else. This time I'll make Yashwant
Yeah.
answer the question. It is asked by the UBSK. What do you think? Who will be getting Game of the Year 2023? Yashwant answer first.
I oh my God, it's the year of oh my God, Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Final Fantasy. It's I haven't played any of those games, so honestly, from just what I've heard until now, from the community, as I suppose, from the gaming industry, as I suppose, I I just want Baldur's Gate 3 to win, I suppose. In my deep down my heart, it's they kept so much heart into that. I think this will boost other developers to be they'll be encouraged, I suppose. As long as you have the gamer support, and if you have a good game, it will receive all the visibility and all the awards it deserves. So deep down, I want Baldur's Gate 3 to win, I suppose, the game of the year. But there are huge, huge games like Spider-Man 2, Starfield that's releasing. It's going to be difficult unless you have gone through each of those games. You can come to your own conclusion, like, hey, I played this game. I don't think it deserves the game of the year. But yeah, I think it's what I want. I don't know what's gonna win.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, the GOTY of the year will be Goat Simulator 3.
Yeah, Koti of the year, Go Simulator 3. That's good.
The only GOAT that can win is the GOAT Simulator. Yeah. But anyways, jokes aside, pretty good. I might say that, in my opinion, 2023 has been one of the greatest game years for gaming. I guess we had great titles this year. Like we had Final Fantasy 16, and upcoming we have Starfield, Forza Motorsport, Spider-Man 2, Alan Wake 2. Now we have Baldur's Gate 3. We had Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. I mean, yeah, pretty great year. So I mean, um, for me, I feel like uh, there are, I think, maybe four contenders: Baldur's Gate 3, Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, Starfield, and Spider-Man 2 is what I'm saying could be the contenders. But yeah, in the end, you know, we get to vote as to
Yes.
an extent, but how much of our vote is actually counted is not known. But at the end of the year, we'll see how it goes. And
Yeah.
speaking of Baldur's Gate 3, because Yashwant feels it's so close to his heart, I just want to say
No,
that
close to the heart in the sense I've seen the developers being so happy that they put their hearts into it, their passion, their what you say, they did their job. They wanted the game to be as best as possible. They did that, and I think from the response, what I have seen on Twitter and other platforms, it, it's like the not anticipated game that grabs all the attention. It's good to see those get that. You know the it takes two.
it takes two. Yes,
Yeah, it takes two. That was a very good game, and many people loved that game. I think it not just the visibility, the way the game changed the industry. That's what counts to be deserved as a game of the year, because you are going to be remembered as the game for an entire year. That's not a small thing. So if you are not going to remember the contenders of every game of the year, you're just going to remember, or if anybody who tells you, they'll just tell you the game of the year. So it's basically you're carrying that entire year's uh, gaming industry. So it should represent everything, not just what gamers think, what the gaming industry wants it to be. So yeah, it's heavy. The game of the year carries heavy shoulders, man. The entire industry.
yeah, and before I forget, I have to say Baldur's Gate 3 has become Open Critic's top game of all time on any platform.
Yeah.
So yeah, great to Baldur's Gate 3. And another thing I want to say regarding GOTY is that Yashan said it's the games that come out of nowhere that take the GOTY title. So yeah, in that case, I guess Goat Simulator 3 will get GOTY.
You are not going to let go of Goat Simulator, right?
Yeah. I mean, that game came out of nowhere and it's nowhere to be seen. That's why.
No, I not. That's
I've,
good,
I've,
man.
I've been searching for the game everywhere, but I can't seem to find a physical disc anywhere.
It's good. Got it.
And digital sales, it's not that much on sale, so I'm like, okay, never mind. Anyways,
Yeah.
I just want to quickly address Pankaj's comments. He asked, hey, how are you? Miss talking about RDR1 disaster release money grabbing. Kindly go watch the previous episode, you'll know we
Previous
spoke about it.
podcast. Yeah.
And Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 cost 5,500, which is basically DLC for Modern Warfare 2. Kindly go back in time 20 minutes, you'll know we spoke about it.
You love. Yes, exactly.
Yes. So, yeah. Anyways, moving on. I guess the tweet regarding the October month filled with multiple game launches have also reached the developers themselves. So they have decided, to just change the timeline. So first one we have is Assassin's Creed Mirage. It'll be now launching 1 week earlier. Previously it was on the 12th. Now it'll be launching on October 5th. It's gone gold. So yeah, it'll be launching on PS5 and PS4. And yeah, it is ready for launch according to Ubisoft. So it'll be 1 week earlier. So I guess
With
the
bugs. Ready to launch with bugs.
maybe and also microtransactions, which will
Microtransactions.
not affect your gameplay according to Ubisoft. But you'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
And same thing with Remedy Entertainment. They were also very thoughtful in saying that they have also decided to move the launch of Alan Wake 2 from October 17th to October 27th. And the devs themselves have said that October is an amazing month for game launches, and they hope that this date shift will give more space for everyone to enjoy their favorite games.
Yeah.
And what I want to say to that is, how do you expect everyone to play all those games within those 10 days?
And exactly. Starfield, when is the exact date for Spider-Man 2? Don't remember.
20th October.
28th. So Starfield and Spider-Man 2, two biggest exclusives of Xbox and PlayStation.
PlayStation.
And these games, Alan Wake and Assassin's Creed, they are not exclusive games, and it's it doesn't have what you say the fan base that these two games do have right now.
Yeah.
They just understood that they don't want to be sandwiched between these
Yeah.
two massive games, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's basically when Avatar releases or some of the biggest titles release. Some movies they do change their schedule. It's
Yeah.
it's it's what you see in the entertainment industry. They don't want to um, be what to say fighting for the screen time basically. Yeah, it's a right decision. Will give the gamers the time to experience each game at a fair amount of time, but still, yeah, it's a right decision.
Yeah, I guess they're assuming that all gamers are rich. I mean,
One more thing is everybody can afford every game.
yeah,
Yes.
they have to afford every game to be able to enjoy it, man. I mean,
Yep.
out of those maybe 5, 6 games, I think people at max might get two, maybe three,
Yep.
and
Yep.
that's it. But to get all those games in that list, I mean, that is going to be very difficult and a big nightmare financially to everybody. So, what I want to say is, yeah, regarding the movie example, one recent example is Dune. Apparently, Marvel has postponed their launch of Marvels, or whatever that
Yep.
movie is called. I mean, Marvels. They are
Yeah.
postponing it because all the IMAX theaters are booked with Dune screenings. So, yeah, same thing here. They want to postpone it because they want the other players to enjoy the games. And Pankaj says it's because they are afraid of Spider-Man 2. Yeah, because now he's infected by Venom. He'll kill them all. So, yeah.
It's
Uh,
it's scary, I know. The UBSK has a comment. Any news on when we'll be going to see some trailer for Death Stranding 2? I have some tweets from Hideo Kojima that he has started editing recently. Yes, I did see that those tweets, and I do remember one of the tweets saying that he forgot how to edit because it's been so long since he actually edited. I don't know what he meant when he said editing, maybe a trailer editing or a game editing. I didn't look at it completely. So if it's going to be a trailer, then we might see something in Gamescom, or if there's going to be the second rumored showcase for PlayStation. Yeah, so these are the two um, major times you could expect Death Stranding to have some form of teaser or trailer. What do you think, Abdul?
I mean, I have to say you are very fast, man, because we were just about to talk on that topic. That was the next on our list, but you asked the comment anyway. So yeah,
Oh,
uh,
right. That's the right point. That's the next point that we are going to cover.
yes, kudos
Go
to
ahead,
you.
cover the point.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, as you said, new trailer could be coming soon because Kojima posted an image of him editing again. And knowing Hideo Kojima, he must have done it because he was feeling like having fun. He must
Yep.
have posted it just to hype us all up. And like Yashwan said, maybe it's to show him that he just now turned on the image editing software to learn again how to edit the images. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't think it will be anytime soon. Maybe 2024 at earliest. Maybe in the next rumor showcase. But 2024 is my guess. But yeah, Hideo Kojima has started editing. So as everyone says these days, let him cook.
Let him
Uh,
cook. Yeah.
yeah,
Have you played Death Stranding one?
I have to, man. I have to. Sometime soon.
Sometime. Yep.
Yeah, because currently, I mean, like if you know already, the past week I uploaded a clip of Planet of Lana, and after that I decided since I completed the game, I decided to go for 100 percentage, and I completed 98 percentage of it. Only
Oh
to
man, that's awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
I guess the last two trophies, one is for completing it the entire game without dying even once, and if you get that, you get a trophy for completing every other trophy. But in Xbox, it's achievement. Sorry, achievement. So yeah, so I have to do 13 chapters worth of gameplay without dying once. If done properly, it's possible to do within 3 hours. But
Yep.
knowing me, it's definitely not going to take 3 hours. And definitely, I've already noticed in my first playthrough 5 places where I'll definitely not be able to make it without aid. So yeah, let's see how that goes. But yeah, anyways, Death Stranding sometime soon after that because right now on PlayStation I started near Automata. So I think that has 26 endings. So that will take time.
Mm.
So maybe after that I'll try out Death Stranding. And with I got some tips from my friends regarding Death Stranding. So I'll remember to bring some popcorn with me when I'm playing Death Stranding because there are more than I don't know maybe 10 hours of just cinematics. So yeah, I'll be having my popcorn ready. And Pankaj asks, is the platinum trophy difficult for Demon Soul? I mean, Dark Souls 2. Oh, Dark Souls, no, Death Stranding. Why is everything DS now, man?
Doctors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, are you asking for Dark Souls or are you asking
Oh, Death
for
Stranding
Death
too.
Stranding?
Yeah, man.
Death,
Yep.
Death Stranding. I guess it's Death Stranding. So yeah. I mean, how would we know, man? We still haven't even got the game trailer yet. So how will we know?
Yeah. I
So
did. I think it should be the same level what the Death Stranding 1 was. And if it was difficult, expect it to be difficult because Hideo is very focused guy. He wants to have the same form of experience, even better experience than Death Stranding 1. So he will not make it easy for you, I suppose. But yeah, he wants the experience as it's a first strand type game, right? That's what he calls it. So if you want to experience the game, you have to experience the game as he designed it, developed it, and imagined it. So if
yeah,
it depends on how the DS1 was, and it should be similar to DS2. I mean, for DS2.
yes. And if you'll all excuse me for 5 minutes, I should find my phone. I have to go and order some pepper onion soup because he has joined it. Hello there, pepper
Oh
onion
my God!
soup.
Hey, Pepper Onion, how
So
are
how
you?
are you doing? Yeah, thank you. Uh,
Thanks for joining.
yes, thank you for making me one soup at 10:40 in the night. But yeah,
Yep.
anyways, so as far as Death Stranding 2 is concerned, maybe now we'll be playing the role of an Amazon delivery agent driving a truck rather than walking. But yeah, anyways, let's see how it goes. It was an interesting story, so yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yep.
Anyways, Naughty Dog is working on its next PS5 exclusive. It's rumored to be either sci-fi or fantasy, and apparently there are three projects they are working on. One of is Last of Us Factions 2, and one of us is Last of Us Part 3, and the third one will be that science fiction or fantasy IP. So yeah, we'll have to wait on Naughty Dog for that. And
I th- I-
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
it's from what I've seen with the Last of Us series creator, right? The Craig Mazin. From what he said, there could be 5 seasons worth of content in The Last of Us. So, assuming that the next Last of Us 2 is going to release in 2025, I think that's safe to assume because of all the strikes that's going on right now. So, production, pre-production, post-production, everything. I think 2025 is a safe bet for Last of Us 2 series. So, I think by the time The Last of Us 2 is done, they could use that same interest in the media to release The Last of Us 3. So it's like they are not going to go out of gamers' minds and the viewers' minds to they want to keep that the franchise in their mind. So I think The Last of Us 2 will release in 2025 and maybe The Last of Us 3 close to that, maybe 2026, and it's just guesswork right now. But yeah, I think we'll have at least 3 seasons of Last of Us, if not 5 seasons. So yeah,
Yeah, and I guess they can now safely just market their game along with the show because now they won't have to say built from the ground up anymore. So yeah, and yeah, pepper onion soup says hot steamy soup is good at rainy nights. Ah, yeah, that's true. I've got a blocked
absolutely.
notes right now, so I should definitely order some soup.
The
Yeah,
pepper will clear it out.
yes, exactly. But anyways, well, moving on. Sony has confirmed that at least one and possibly multiple first-party PlayStation games have been delayed beyond fiscal year 2023. The delay has caused Sony to keep PlayStation operating income forecast relatively flat year over year. So yeah, this is probably why there are rumors floating around that there might be another showcase because lots of people felt the previous one was very underwhelming, and it seems that Sony has purposely kept a lot of games held back. They didn't want
Yeah.
to show off too much, hype
Even
up the
Herman Hulst also said that, right?
yeah
They pulled some of the games at the last minute, like
yeah
they felt like this is not the right time, or we do need some more time to announce these games. So I
yeah
think there are a good number of games that were not announced. I think it's been an year, right? It's been a year when I remember a top executive, I don't know if it's Herman Hulst or somebody, he said there were 24 or 26 games for PlayStation. You remember that, right?
I think so.
Um,
I don't
yeah,
remember the guy.
I don't. I don't remember who said that, but I do remember the name. It was somewhere around 24 or 26. So I was like, okay, that's a huge number of games that are currently. He said that 26 games are currently in production or slated for PlayStation. So.
Yeah,
And the amount of games that were showcased in the showcase were nowhere close to 10 or 15. I don't know, 10 being 15 being very generous. But yeah, 26 games and announcing 10 to 15 games, you do see that they did take away a lot of games. Yeah, it's safe to assume that many of the games were pulled. So, yeah.
yeah, I really missed the stellar babe from the previous
The
showcase.
previous showcase, yeah.
I was expecting
We
just
just, yeah, she just came in 2021.
21, yeah.
Yeah, 21 showcase, and everybody was like, "Oh man, this looks, yeah, this looks very steamy." And but that's the last time when we saw the
Yes.
Stellar Blade lady.
Guess I'll have to wait another year for that. Oh, well, no issues. Yeah, well, at least it's giving me something to look forward to.
Yep.
Anyways, moving on. Jeff Keighley says that this year's Gamescom opening night live is less about announcing new projects and more about giving fan updates on some of the biggest games due out over the next year. So yeah, people before they start commenting that the Gamescom was disappointing or something, we've already warned you right now. So yeah,
Yes. Don't expect new games. It's going to be just the games that are already announced. Just an update on where the games stand right now, and maybe for a few of the games a release date, some pre-order times, and I think there will be few movie trailers because Rebel Moon is Zack Snyder did announce that the trailer is going to release as part of Gamescom. So there might be few movie trailers and updates on the current games. But yeah, do not expect there might be few new games, but not the focus is just an update on the existing announced one.
yeah, I hope they announce Stellar Blade. Oh yeah, just said.
Yeah.
So apparently, Black Myth Wukong will is confirmed for Gamescom opening night live. So yeah, we heard about this game. I think early last year, I'm guessing,
Yes.
and ever since then, it's been missing. But yeah, now I guess we'll get to know how it goes. Then right now we'll jump on to the Xbox side. This I think everyone knows at this point, but Starfield has gone gold. Preload is already available for Xbox and PC, and it will be available for preload on Steam on the 30th. So yeah,
Yep.
I have a few friends who caved in and bought the premium add-on bundle or the premium upgrade edition, and they're getting ready for the 5-day early access to play and whatnot. So yeah, great. I guess they'll finally experience it. Final thing is
I
Xbox.
mean,
Yeah, go ahead.
actually, we have also seen that the Xbox players themselves review bombing the Starfield, right? It's very unfortunate what's going on. I don't know um, what's happening with the community, but I did see few tweets where people were just review bombing their own. I mean, come on, guys, what's happening? But it's basically review bombing Starfield, a biggest exclusive game, and I think what do you say? After 2 decades of from Bethesda, a new IP. Come on, man, just be better, I suppose. Go through the game. If you truly did not like it, then I don't know if it's genuine or not. But the moment the game, within hours of the game available for play, I think players, it was review bomb. So you can't experience an entire game in few hours. So it's basically review bomb.
Yeah, luckily my earphones are covering my ear, otherwise you could all see the steam coming out of it, of my fury. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of saddening to see the fact that out of all the countries that got the review codes, India will only get it after the game even launches here. So
Yeah,
I'm like, what's the point even? So, but I mean, you guys are privileged enough to get the game before anyone else on the planet can play it, and you're reviewer bombing it. I mean, have you explored all 1,000 planets? If you have, I want a summary of at least 5 planets before you can review bomb it. Okay, then I'll give a
right.
okay.
Give like a question and answer.
Yeah,
What was the place you find this character in?
yes,
And then
exactly.
they can know that you have actually played the game. You're
Yes,
allowed to post the review.
yeah. Post it only to me because other people don't like spoilers. Yeah.
Yep.
So
We do
yeah,
have a comment from the UBSK. Seems PS5 lower firmware has been jailbreak. Uh,
we don't talk about that here, man. We don't do that
yes,
stuff here.
we don't
No
uh,
jailbreak.
encourage that. We don't
Yes.
talk about that. I mean, the news is there, but we don't support those.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's safe to stay away from it because
Yes,
I mean the incentive to get it is pretty much not there anymore because now for people who can't buy new games, can't even afford old games, you buy PlayStation Plus extra for a year and you're set.
exactly.
I
Yeah.
mean, they have the subscription services, you have the games. There are there are 200 games, man. Even if you don't like 100 of them, you might like at least 10 of them, and 10 of them might be hours long. So yeah, the incentive is not there, and I highly advise going, getting a doing jailbreak, whatever. You might get your
I think
account back.
it's a pretty big example is the streaming service for movies and series. Since the streaming started, the piracy or the basically piracy, yes, yeah, it's it's dramatically decreased because you don't have to spend a huge bucks to experience a movie. You just wait 40 days or 30 days and you can experience that new movie in at least one of the platforms. So there is no incentive exactly. There is no need. There is no reason for people to pirate now. And with the subscription service for the games as well, you don't have to buy a game for 5,000 rupees. You just wait. You already have a huge catalog of games. So if you have a what to say a dark not dark a what to say a drought period, I would say, in your games, just take one of the game from the catalog and play it till you get the new game to the subscription. So yeah, there is no incentive unless you are very eager and you want to play it. Just buy it, man. Yeah, you are supporting the developers, studios
Yes,
as well.
sorry about that. Anyways, the thing is, I think the only two reasons you can think for piracy is one, because you're not patient, two, because you can't afford these games. Regarding Yashan's example of subscription services, there is the issue of multiple subscription services, and obviously you can't be paying for all of them just to watch one or two movies which you
Yeah,
like.
it's
So
basically becoming the cable right now. If you pay
yes,
for every subscription, you are just basically paying like for a cable. I do
exactly.
I do see the biggest disappointment, which we see right now is Netflix password cracking. Oh my God, there are people who three or four people who basically share an account and they keep it to themselves. They don't
Yeah.
share it with anybody else. Just four people. I think 173 rupees per month per person. So the password sharing is pretty bad, I would say. I don't know. At least the biggest concern for me is they didn't provide the option for paying more for an additional person. That was only given in US and other countries. I suppose we didn't. Didn't have that pay more for to have an additional member
Mm.
to use your account. Basically, that's a very bad move, man. India 800 rupees. I don't know. Something around yeah seven
850.
fifty.
850.
No, not 850. No, no, no. It's not 850. They lowered the price.
Uh-huh.
750, I think. I don't know. It's 750 or something. But yeah, still 750 per month. That's huge. That's huge in India, man. That's really huge. You can the Amazon Prime, which offers shipping, which offers Amazon Music, which offers Amazon Prime Video, and in cases the Prime Gaming also, right? Amazon Prime Gaming. It's very, very, very cheap compared to what they are offering, and
Value
it
for
makes
money.
sense.
Value for
Value for
money.
money, absolutely. Yeah, it's way more value for money, I would say.
Yeah.
It's worth the Amazon Prime subscriptions in India, and Netflix is just Netflix. You don't have any big games, and they do have gaming service, but it's not. We don't talk about Netflix games. It's not great,
Yeah.
but yeah, just banking on the streaming 800 rupees per month is too much, I would say. So yeah, people will go back to pirating the Netflix content, I suppose, which is very bad. Um, the subscription helped a lot of people to get their own, enjoy it at the highest resolution natively, where it is supposed to, how it is supposed to be experienced. So yeah, I don't know. It's always a craziness. Yeah.
Yeah. And Wheeljack says, let's not condone piracy. Okay, you don't condone piracy. Go ahead. I don't condone piracy. Wait, wait. I do condone piracy. Sorry, I do condone.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, pepper onion soup. Okay. I wish we got something like that for MMORPG players like me. Game Pass, PSN, Premium tier is totally no use to me. Ah,
Yeah.
a fellow MMORPG player. Yes, yes, I feel that pain.
Yeah.
I was a big RuneScape, World of Warcraft, and Guild Wars player myself, and unfortunately, I had to drop all of it. I'm still waiting for a good MMORPG on the consoles, and recently I tried out Tower of Fantasy. It just gave me a lot of Genshin Impact vibes. I mean, those games are like you have to invite a person to your party and play and stuff like that. I miss the fact where you just walk into a city or town and you'll see like hundreds of, maybe even tens or hundreds of players just running around you, and you know that it's like that place is lived in. It's not empty. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, I don't know why they can't make MMORPGs for consoles. But
I mean,
yeah,
it's the controls configuration, right? You
pardon.
have too many configurations in an MMORPG, and
Yeah,
I don't think you can put every of those into a controller. So I think that's the main reason for that. But I I think I wow, it's Baldur's Gate 3. What is it considered? What is it? It's just an RPG or
it's a
MMORPG?
CRPG, computer role playing game.
Got it. Okay. Let's see how they implement. It's the same level
They,
of
they, they,
complexity,
they
I
I mean,
suppose.
they didn't they didn't have to do much. I mean, it's the same with the Diablo. In that also, you have to click everywhere you want to go. But simple thing they did is they just use the you have to just use your left stick to move your character, right stick to move the camera. Simple. So same thing with Baldur's Gate. They just use the sticks as usual for movement and camera, but for other buttons they can have point it. But yeah, that point is true. There are multiple keys for MMORPGs, and we only have I think maybe 18 buttons on a controller, give or take, including the touchpad. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think unless someone really wants to put in an effort, or I don't even think that people
The
on
how are you going to concentrate all the
yeah
configurations? It's like
yeah
you're
fix that
just messing with your controller.
yeah. So I mean, it'll be difficult, of course. So first of all, on console, I don't think many people are the MMORPG crowd, so they won't. I don't think devs have the incentive to do it. So I guess we'll
Yeah.
just have
Yeah.
to wait and see. And
We
the
have a comment from the UBSK. Yes, I'm just saying, of course, yeah, yeah. We do understand
yeah
you just wanted to point out that there is a jailbreak. Of course,
yeah
everybody in our community absolutely supports the developers and the way it is meant to be played. It's that I have seen the community, the way the people interact in the Discord, man. I do see check every once a day, and it's just so good. It's really really good on how each member of the community just tries to bring out the best in others, and it's good to see that.
I have to really find out which days you actually check it, man.
I do check it at around 11 p.m., 11:30 p.m. once in a day, just see what's
Oh,
happening. Yeah.
uh-huh. And this guy keeps it, I think, an invisible or busy because I can never see him online.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh man, trust me, if I put it online, I get hundreds of messages. I do still get them, but I'll be bombarded with messages when I do
yeah.
turn it on.
Well, from now on, every 11 p.m., I'm going to spam you with messages. Yeah.
Yeah.
And UBSK
Pepper
says
onion.
thanks. Yeah, wait. UBSK
Thanks
says
to you
thanks to you
guys.
guys. You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome. But you have to say thank you to Sony for the latest firmware update, not us. So yeah.
Yes.
Anyways, Pepper Onion Soup says I play ESO and FF14. Both have a lot of content for new players to the game, and both are 100% MMORPGs on PC. I mean, yeah, like I said, we need developers to invest and put in the time to create those sort of games,
Yeah.
optimize them for consoles, and not every developer is going to do that, unfortunately. So we'll just have to play what we get. That's all we can say. And the real ghost says Netflix for me, who want to watch at 1080p is almost impossible now.
I agree, man. What is that? The real ghost.
Yeah,
100%, 100% I agree. I can't go back to 1080p, man. Once you have experienced 4K, it's not the same experience. So you can cast your mobile onto TV, but it's still going to be 1080p. That is very, very bad. So yeah, um, if you're smart, you'll find a way. That's what I'm telling.
Oh, subtle hints over there.
You
Okay.
don't have to pirate. You don't have to pirate. That's what I'm
Yes,
telling.
yes, yes. Okay, okay, okay. We got you. Okay. And yeah, it's good for me because I've always been in 1080p for most of my life. Well, as far as 1080p has been available, of course. So good for me. I didn't upgrade to 4K, so I'm fine. I'm happy. And yeah, VJ says we do have support for keyboard and mouse on Xbox for these ARPG and MMORPG games, and yeah, that's good. But then again, where are the players? How many players are there? Are they
Yes.
equal to
Who
the
play
PC?
those MMORPGs on console? Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
yes. But I mean, then again, yeah, man, we need players. We need the devs to know that there are that many players in order to implement it. And of course, implementing the keyboard mouse option is something that they can do for their games. But then again, lots of people will be like, I play with the controller. Why do I have to buy a separate keyboard and mouse for just this one game? So
Yeah.
yeah, all different variables. And Pepper Onion Soup says there is a rumor that World of Warcraft might come to Xbox now that Microsoft has the studio. Man, every sort of rumor is there, man.
Yeah.
So in fact, even I can say that Starfield will come to PS5 in the future. So yeah,
No, I. Oh my God! No, no, no.
yes, with its great Kraken
Starfield to
compression.
PS5.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, I mean, just think about it. I mean, almost all PS5 games have the Kraken compression technology, and I think on PC, Starfield is around 130 something gigabytes on P. On Xbox, it's like 120-ish gigabytes. With using PlayStation's Kraken technology, Starfield will be 0 gigabytes on PlayStation 5.
That is true.
Yes, yes.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
but
correct.
then
Yeah.
rumors are rumors, man. And first of all, with this acquisition, anything can happen. But because they had to sign so many deals and agreements with PlayStation, yada yada yada. If you want to see anything come to fruition, whatever that word is, you have
Fruition.
to,
Yeah.
yeah, fruition. Yeah, thank you for that. You'll have to wait till 2025. So till then, we'll just chill with what we have and we'll think about what happens in 2025 when it comes. Anyways, last topic for the podcast.
Yeah.
Xbox introduces enforcement strike system. The new strike system will educate player against enforcement severity, cumulative effect of multiple enforcements, and the total impact of their standing. Well, considering the fact that many Xbox players sit down and play, I don't think it's about their standing, but yeah, okay. Players can receive a total of 8 strike. Each strike remains on record for 6 months. Each strike results in a suspension from Xbox's social features for varying lengths of times. Every player would begin with a blank slate or 0 strikes. Previous enforcements must still be completed. So yeah, don't go and start cussing in Call of Duty lobbies. Basic thing they want to say. Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I guess they finally found out that. I guess some of the employees must have decided, you know what, I'm just going to play these online games. Sat on lobby, turned on voice chat, heard the most fluent French he ever heard in his life. Went to the team at head Xbox and like, okay, here's I will just put a report on your desk. Here is the beautiful French language I've heard over the internet. Kindly go through it. They read it and they're like, wow, we should definitely enforce some issue on this. We should
Yeah.
make sure that people do not become fluent in French. Yes,
French.
yes. So yeah, I guess
That is
that's
so
that.
good.
So now just don't do anything shady on Xbox. Don't type anything unnecessary. Don't talk anything unnecessary. They are listening. They're reading. I guess
Big
it's also.
Brother is listening.
I don't care about Big Brother. I guess people at Xbox also have this job now. I guess because I guess they've been tensed all this time with the acquisition. Now the acquisition over, they're bored, so they might as well sit and read our chat and listen to our voices every day.
Yeah.
So yeah, be careful on what you do, folks. Don't get your strikes and don't get banned from it because if you bought things digitally, which most of you must have if you're on Xbox, then all of that will go away. It's not worth the risk. Just because some 10-year-old decided to talk in French to you doesn't mean you have to lose your account. So be safe. Is
Be
all I can
safe.
say. And that will conclude our podcast for today. We spoke quite a lot, actually. This is the longest podcast so far. And I must
Yep.
say, big thanks to all of you who joined us today and interacted with us today. I
Yes.
mean, setting and replying to you guys, I was actually keeping track of the time, seeing how much time has elapsed. Because I'm like, okay, I'm about to start the next topic, comment has popped up. Answer the comment, about to start the topic, next comment. And look at the time.
Keep
Oh
it.
my god.
We are very happy that we do
Yeah,
have such interactive live sessions, and we'll have we want to have more and more content other than podcast. We
yeah,
will try to bring live streaming games,
yes,
but we do have some restrictions, constraints with the technology or the hardware that we have.
yes.
But yeah,
For
we are
stream,
trying.
yeah, for streaming podcast, but for games, it's not issue. Issue
Yeah.
is time and me having um, the will to play all those games because there are way too many games, man. There are way too many games. But yeah, soon. But looking forward to any game or not, Dark Souls 3. That's the one I
Dark
look
Souls.
forward to.
Every podcast, Dark Souls 3 should be there.
Yes,
That's
actually,
how I think only insiders will get this, like what you said, dedicated viewers of ICG will understand what's the meaning behind Dark Souls
the
3.
lore behind Dark Souls 3. Yes,
Exactly.
yes. Yeah, so like in every other, you know how in certain construction sites and everything, they have this sort of board where they put like dash number of days since last incident. So
Yes.
3 podcasts since Dark Souls 3 has been mentioned as of
Mention,
now.
yes. We
Yeah,
will have a mention, yes.
yes. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that someday it will happen,
Yeah.
and hopefully it'll be a long one. I don't want it to wait so long just to play 10 minutes. I don't
No,
want
no,
it to.
absolutely not. Yes.
Yes, because Yashwant has to be my guide. I don't know where I'll be going, so
Wha-
he has to guide me
What's
everywhere.
we did test it, right? We did play the Dark
Yes,
Souls 3
yes.
with you for 1 hour. Who was the other one?
Yeah, it was
Rage
some.
Gamer?
Yeah, no, no, not really.
Uh,
It was a guy from our server. He is that Indian gamer. That is
that Indian
his.
Gamer, right? Yes.
That is
I
his
think
name.
I got confused with Rage Gamer and that Indian Gamer.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
if you want to add him, you can add him on PSN. His name is Calamity Ganon hyphen hyphen.
Oh,
And
sure. Yep.
yeah, if you get famous, thank me. Yeah, you'll get plenty of requests. But I don't think so. Anyways,
It's not a curse, yes, Vijay. It's not a curse. It's basically go
no,
ahead,
no.
Abdul. You explain it.
Yeah, it's not a curse. It's something that we are hyping up in our own way for it to happen.
Yes.
Some big ICG thing. Yeah, and me and Yashwant are involved in. So yeah, nothing shady. It's all good. It's all good. Nothing shady.
Yep.
So yeah, we're just waiting for it to happen someday when Yashwant is takes maybe 2 to 3 days off from work. We'll just sit and chill and do it. And he'll
Yep.
probably get his controller fixed by then also. So yeah, we'll do it soon. Anyways, once again, big thanks to all of you who have joined us. Thank you for
Thank you.
sitting and listening to us blabber on at this time of night. Thank you for joining us. We had quite fun. I was not expecting this much interaction at night, but yeah, I'm glad that so many of you were kind enough to join us. I hope that going forward, every Saturday night, we all get to hang out like this. Yeah, so
Exactly. A
I,
fun Saturday night. Yep.
yeah, and I don't have to worry about not having enough news topics to talk about. That'll be a good thing. Yeah, so, anyways, thank you all. Like and subscribe, and most importantly, watch more of our videos. Yeah, it'll
Yes.
help us out. And I think a lot of you actually did listen to that last piece of advice because we went from 15 watch hours to 20 watch hours. So that's
Oh
good.
wow, that is big. Yes. Watch. Our target is 4,000 hours. So
Yes, yes.
it's basically we want to monetize our YouTube channel. So we do have the 1,000 subscribers requirement, but we do need to get cross the 4,000 hours
Uh-huh.
and 20 hours. Yes, we do have 1 year, but keep watch all of our. I mean, most of our videos that will help us reach 4,000 hours.
Yes, yes. Or you can always, just suggest what you want to watch. We'll watch. I mean, we'll not watch. We'll present, and you can watch. So yeah. Anyways, yep. So once again, like, subscribe, watch our videos. This is Abdul and Yashwant signing off.
Thank you all. Have a good night.
Yes, have a good night and have a good week ahead. Bye bye.